Welcome to Cosmic Cassie Scorpio. This is going to be your February monthly read. You guys are going to have early access to this because you were in the top 3 for the most likes that I got on a video for the January monthly reads. So Scorpio came in at 3rd. So you guys will get an early February reading, which means that you're also going to get a February bonus reading as well. So let's go ahead and get started here. First off, quick recap. In order for my readings to be something that you take with you, or to know that if it's meant for you, it needs to resonate up to 90% of what I'm saying. If I have like a future energy, I'll let you know, or if it's a channeled message, I'll also let you know. But don't pick and prod like the little bits and pieces that you do want from my readings. The way that I choose to give them and the way that I receive the information is I try to make it as clear and as focused as possible, that applies to as many people as possible, just to eliminate any confusion. And they're just not meant to be picked apart where you take what does resonate and then leave the rest. I know that's like a common thing with tarot, but not for these. So what do I mean by resonating? Resonating means, you don't have to think about how what I'm saying applies to your life. It will just naturally click, and you will, okay, I hear you. It will just naturally click for you, and you'll be like, yep, that's that person, that's that situation, that's that issue. Like it flows. The information flows, and you just resonate. Like it makes sense to you, okay? So 90% of what I say should do that for you. Otherwise, it may not be your reading. I do get very specific. I get very detailed. So I apologize if I'm putting readings out that you're like, this is not for me. I try to mix up the energy and like switch it up a little bit to get everyone in there. But some messages are meant for you, some aren't. I don't know. I think that about covers the main things. Scorpio, if you want to purchase anything from me, the only way you can give me money for a reading or to buy a product from me is going to be my Etsy shop. And that link is in my description box. Do not trust any other method. That is the only way that I can get your money, is through my Etsy store. If it's not through that, it's not coming to me, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into it. Scorpio, one of the things that I did go ahead and do this month that I did not do last month is I sat and kind of meditated and tried to receive any channeled messages about the readings. I only wanted like 1 or 2 words, like the most powerful energy that's going to show up for each sign. And for you, Scorpio, I actually got, oh my God, don't tell me I forgot it, found, and just that word. Found. So I don't know if you found someone, if you found something, if you found out information, if you found, peace. Like, I don't know in what way it applies, but we're going to find out. So far, those channeled words that I received have definitely shown up and helped guide like the message that I received for the other signs. So let's see what happens with yours. What does Scorpio need to know for February? What does Scorpio need to know for February? If you guys are watching and it does resonate for you and you make it to like that halfway mark, please make sure you like it. So I don't take cards that flip over in the deck as I shuffle. I only take them if they pop out. Reason being, if they pop out, that is the strongest energy, and that is where the energy currently is heading towards. If they flip over in the deck, for me, that just means it's a potential path. It's a potential energy that has not introduced itself, because that's not where the energy is going. So it could happen, but it's not the most likely thing that's going to happen. So what did flip out for you is the Magician as the first card. So just want to show you that. I'll always show you the cards that do flip over, but I do not take those. What does Scorpio need to know for February? So what that's saying pretty much is like, potentially you could be trying to create, build, partner up with someone to like get something started, okay? Or even that you've mastered many things in February, and you have an ability to do pretty much whatever you want because you've mastered multiple techniques or like, I don't know, skills, things like that. First card out is the Tower. What does Scorpio need to know for February? We'll lay them all out, and then I'll go through and kind of give an overview, and then we'll use the cards to clarify. if I can stop chattering, because sometimes I just get the messages, and it's so clear to me that I just don't even pull the cards. I just go, and then I'm like, oh crap, I didn't pull any cards because I was just talking the whole time. What other messages do we have for Scorpio in February? Queen of Wands wanted to come out. Oh, and then we had the Queen of Swords that came out instead. Other messages for Scorpio in February. What other messages do we have for Scorpios in February? I am like freezing cold right now. This thing is not helping at all. Okay. And then we have Seven of Wands, Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, wee. Okay. I also Empress on the bottom of the deck. I only look if I feel guided to look, and so then I'll share. But usually I don't look at the bottom. Okay. My readings are a little different, Scorpio. Okay, so looking at just an overview to quickly kind of go over what I'm seeing here. The energy that I'm picking up, Scorpio, when I tap into your energy, I feel this weird calmness. I'm hesitant for some reason to call it peace, but I feel very calm. I feel very serene. I feel very even and settled. But I hesitate to use the word peace. I don't know that this is peace. It feels like it is maybe on its way. And that's what I was saying, like maybe you found peace. But it doesn't feel like you've quite gotten there yet. It's almost like you're just at a standstill. You're like hanged man energy. We're flatlining for a minute here, okay? And then when I look at the cards with that energy, what I'm seeing, so Tower, Queen of Swords, Seven of Wands, Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles is your full spread here. And what I'm seeing is in February, there is some kind of truth that, here's the odd thing. There's definitely a Tower moment coming in for you. But the energy I'm picking up from you is that Queen of Swords energy where it's kind of like, let the bitch fall. We're good. There's no energy from you with trying to prevent the Tower from falling. You're not freaking out about the Tower. You're not sad about the Tower. You're not angry about the Tower. You're very like even, like just, we're good. It's good. Let it fall. It's gonna fall. We're good. And you're taking this Queen of Swords stance where it's like you see the truth, and that's part of the reason why you are just so good with it falling, because you're like, yeah, it needed to fall. Like, I clearly see this for what it is, and I feel like it's some kind of communication you've received, like someone actually approaches you and gives you communication that puts you in that Queen of Swords energy of like, I know the truth, I'm good with the truth, and we're gonna sit in the truth. And that's as far as Scorpio is going. Scorpio is not doing anything else. We're not getting emotional. We're not getting overly logical. We're gonna hang out with the truth, and nothing's gonna disturb me. Nothing's gonna bother me. I almost get an air of you like completely even ignoring the fact that the Tower is falling, because you're like, I'm not gonna give that my energy. Like, I'm not even gonna address this. I'm not even gonna not address it, but it's like I feel the energy of you reacting to it, and I'm trying to articulate it, but it's like, I care, but because it needs to happen and it makes sense, I'm just going to let it happen. And we're not going to be overly emotional about it. We're not going to make this a whole thing. We're not going to address it. It's not going to be this like, pity party. Like, it had to happen. That's the truth. That's the truth. It had to happen. So if I know the truth, then what else do I need to do other than just let it fall? That's the kind of, it's weird. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from you. Like you come off as detached from the tower falling, but you do care. There is a level of care, but you're just like, I'm not focused on the care. I'm focused on the fact that this is the truth and that needs to fall, period. Very Scorpio. And then we move into the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands can be a couple different meanings depending on the deck and the energy, right? So one way to look at the Seven of Wands is you're making boundaries, you're creating boundaries, which kind of are showing up as challenges because like your boundaries are actually kind of difficult to overcome. So I'm talking specifically about this deck for this Seven of Wands. And on the other hand, it can be like, well, I'm fighting for what I want. You know, like I'm not going to let nothing stop me. I'm not going to place any obstacles in my way. I'm going to overcome all these obstacles. So it's either like a, I can't do this feeling, or like a, damn right I'm going to do that feeling, right? And I'm not positive on which one we are here because you're in this Queen of Swords energy where you're not showing much emotion. I'm not feeling enough emotion to accurately say which side you fall on with that Seven of Swords, but it is one of those energies. Either like, I can't do anything. There's too much in my way. There's too many challenges. It's too many obstacles. Like I just can't do this. But on the other hand, it can very well, and maybe it's both. On the other hand, it can very well be like, nothing's going to stop me. I don't care who comes for me. I don't care what obstacles there are. I don't care how many bridges I have to cross and mountains I have to climb. Nothing is stopping me, okay? What's on the other end of Seven of Wands? Either the defeat or the victory. It's Page of Wands. It's taking a journey, going into a new direction, exploring something different, but also learning, engaging in something that maybe you've never engaged in before, whether that's a person, an activity, something educational. It's like you're going down a new path that you've never been down before, and it doesn't mean like everything else has to disappear. It's like, no, this is just a path that you've never taken before. Like maybe you've never seen it, or maybe you always seen it and you're like, I don't know what's down that path. But now you're at a time in your life where like, I'm going to explore it. I'm going to go see what's down that path. I'm going to do it. And you're doing it with a lot of optimism. You're doing it with happiness. You're doing it with confidence. And it's like you are doing it mindlessly. Like you're not overthinking taking this adventure, exploring this thing. You're just kind of like, no, like there's nothing to overthink. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to enjoy every bit of my experience doing it, whether it works out or not. I don't want to think about that. I just want to do it, and I want to enjoy it. And I don't know where it's going to go, but we're going to find out. It's that kind of energy, okay? And then after the Page of Wands, then we have the Ace of Pentacles. It's like a realization, now that I've taken this path I've never taken before, I'm actually seeing all these opportunities and all these things that I can do, or that I can invest in, that I can change, that, you know, I can go towards. It's like, because you took a new path, it kind of opens up a new view of opportunities that await you, opportunities you've never seen presented to you. And they're not being presented to you right now, but it's more so just showing you like, hey, there are things that you've never seen before that could be presented to you, you know, if you wanted them, if you wanted to invest and pick that coin up and make it reality, you know, make it tangible, because the Ace is potential, it's thought, it's an idea. But the Page is actually enacting it, right? Creating it, taking it out of your mind and into reality. It's the beginning, the start of it, okay? So that's the overview. I'm going to stop here, otherwise I will keep going and I will keep channeling. And I want to pull some cards for you guys. So I'm going to stop and we'll pull cards to clarify. So hopefully we're thinking the same, and I'm going to clarify specific things that I think need to be clarified as I went through here. I want to know what's causing the Tower. What's causing the Tower for Scorpio? What is causing the Tower for Scorpio in February? And I don't feel any January energy in this. So all of this is literally going to happen in February. I do not feel any January, like, oh, that kind of happens at the end of January. It's like, no, you're not going to see this play out until January. Until February. And then I don't feel any March energy that this is bleeding into. I think you're identifying the pentacles that you could have, and I'm predicting, not like doing a tarot reading on it right now, but I'm predicting that in March's read, what we're going to see is you actually choosing one of those options, one of those things that you've never seen before, and trying to manifest it, trying to create it into reality. And if you remember, the Magician flipped over before we started the reading. When I was like shuffling to get the first card, the Magician flipped over. So I feel like, again, potential. It's an opportunity path. It's not where the energy is heading, but it's where it could go. And I think it's saying like, maybe that Magician energy is going to show up in March, because now that you've identified new opportunities, in March, you're actively trying to create those new opportunities and bring them into reality. But we're going too far ahead here. So back up. We're trying to clarify the Tower. Sorry, guys. I'd be like, wherever it takes me, wherever the messages come, I just go, you know? I have no sense of organization or direction here. We'll try to loop back around. I'll try to stay focused for you guys, okay? What's causing the Tower for Scorpio in February? What is causing the Tower? The Sun wanted to come out. That was weird. It didn't quite flip over. It more so like popped into my hand and then popped back into the deck. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nine of Wands. So, before I say that, I'm going to clarify the Nine of Wands, because that can mean a few different things. And I'm trying not to channel your entire message here because it's supposed to be tarot. Just clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Yes. Okay. Obviously, it's good news. It's what I wanted to have come out, not the other thing I was thinking it could be. So what came out to clarify the Nine of Wands is the Emperor and the Two of Cups. So the reason I clarified is because this Nine of Wands energy can easily be like, you've been really hurt, you're like a wounded warrior, someone really stomped on your parade, and that's what's causing the Tower. Obviously, I don't want you guys in that energy. That's not good energy, okay? But because it's clarified by the Emperor and Two of Cups, it clearly supports the other meaning, which is, I want to try this again. Like, I'm not giving up. I don't give up. I may be the wounded warrior, but we're going to do something. We're going to try something again. And it's like a strong energy of like, whatever it is that you're wanting to do again or try again, you're like, I'm going to show up as the Emperor. Again, gender specific is not like a thing here, okay? It's energy. It's energy. Emperors are typically like, I'm stable, I'm in control, I'm independent, I'm strategic. It's the sum of all four kings bundled up into one emperor, okay? Emperors take action. They're more external. They're actively interacting with the world, okay? They're doing things. They're moving and grooving, okay? Queens are more internal. Yes, they give that energy out, but they more so represent like the internal qualities, like loving, nurturing, caring, empathetic, compassionate. You can even have passion, motivated. But the kings are like, I take that internal energy and I've pushed it into a masculine energy so that I'm actually doing stuff with that internal energy that the queens feel. I hope that makes sense. I don't know why I needed to explain that. I hope that makes sense for you guys. So it's like, this Emperor, Scorpio, you're like, I'm going to show up as the Emperor. I'm going to get the Two of Cups. It's going to be a great day. And so what's causing the Tower is you're letting something fall. Now I see why you're letting it fall. You're letting something fall so that you can have another chance at being the Emperor and getting like your destined person. And I'm not saying that's what they are, because we're not doing that kind of reading. but you see this person as your destined person, as your other half, as your I'm meant to be with you and you're meant to be with me kind of person, okay? You see this person that way and you want to show up as the emperor. You're like, I'm going to take charge. I'm going to take care of you. We're going to get together. I'm going to provide everything you need. And we're going to make this solid. Like, we're going to do this. It's going to happen. And I'm confident about it. Like, we're going to do this together. Okay. That's that energy. And it's like, I'm going to try this again. I want to try this again. So maybe what the Tower is like, maybe a relationship is falling apart. Maybe some kind of weird dynamic that didn't let you be the emperor for this Two of Cups is falling apart. Maybe you're having a job change. Maybe you're moving. It can be anything, but whatever it is, whatever is falling down with that Tower is whatever was preventing you from taking another chance, another stab at having a Two of Cups like relationship and you showing up as the emperor. I don't get that this is the other person. This is you showing up as the emperor for a Two of Cups situation. And the only way you're able to do that is by letting that Tower fall. And then we get to the Queen of Swords, and now we understand why the Queen of Swords is like, yeah, I care, but we're gonna let it fall because it needs to fall. Because you're like, I got my eye on the prize, okay? I got my eye on this, the Emperor and the Two of Cups. So whatever's blocking that, just go ahead, let it float down the stream, okay? It's good. We're good. It's good. I care. Yeah, it hurts, but we're gonna let it go so that I can get this. Okay, so I feel like you understand the concept of energy, even if it's not something that you like look into, it's not something that you do or research actively, consciously. I feel like you have a very firm and solid understanding of how energy works, Scorpio, where it's like, I have to clean out my closet if I want to keep putting new clothes into it. Because if I have it filled with all these old clothes that I never wear and I don't like and just don't fit me anymore, or maybe the zipper's broken or there's a hole in it, if I keep these old clothes in the closet, I will never have room for new clothes. So then what do? I'm going to be throwing my new clothes on the floor and then they're going to get dirty and damaged. And so then what's the point of me getting new clothes at all if they're just going to end up looking like the old clothes? What's the solution? Clean out the closet, throw the old clothes out, make room for the new clothes so I can hang them up and they can stay looking nice and new and shiny and bright and functional, okay? That's the same way energy works. If you have a bunch of stuff from your past that you haven't worked through and all these relationships and connections with people that are not positive, they're toxic, they're holding you back, and it's like all this stuff you need to release and let go of, but you're like holding on to it because you don't want to let it go, and then you try to get something new and add it to it, you literally don't have the energy to support and nurture something new that's meant for you because your energy is all over the place with this old stuff. So you have to release the old stuff. Now I have more time. Now I have more energy. Now I feel better. Now I'm in a better mood and I have more just happiness and joy in my life. So when something new comes in, I can actually match that new energy and be on the same level with it and not scare it off, not reject it, not create toxicity within it. No, because I'm free. I have energy and I have time and I have space and I can think clearly. I'm not overloaded. I'm not overwhelmed because all that old stuff is gone. So now I can really nurture this new thing here and keep it going and thriving, right? So that's how energy works. And I feel like Scorpio, you have a very without even trying, you really understand how energy works. And that's why you're like, fuck it, let it fall. Let it fall. Let it fall. Let it fall. It needs to fall. Let it fall. Because you just have an intuitive understanding that needs to happen. So we're going to jump over the Queen of Swords because I think we all understand what her role is and why she's here. And we're going to look at Seven of Wands. And I'm going to clarify, are you afraid of moving and think it's impossible to move towards that Page of Wands? Or are you I'll be damned if anyone keeps me from moving towards that Page of Wands? I think it's the latter. I think it's the latter. But we'll find out. Clarify the Seven of Wands. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Clarify Seven of Wands. I really want to be nosy and clarify this, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. I don't take reversals. It's got to be very specific decks for me to do that. It's being clarified by the Knight of Swords. So, the Knight of Swords can be perceived as a negative card, but it's really not. It's all about your perception and how you look at it. All tarot has light and dark to it. But that doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just light and dark. Sometimes you need dark energy. Sometimes you need it. The devil can incite passion, which will spark up a boring, dried out relationship with like new fluid energy, okay? Sometimes you need a little dark, mix things up. And that's what I'm seeing this Knight of Swords. I don't see this as a negative at all. With it clarifying the Seven of Wands, what it's actually letting me know is like, it is the is it ladder? It is the ladder, where, but it's like a little touch of aggressiveness. Not gonna lie, it's a little more aggressive than what I was expecting it to be, and so that's why I'm like reacting this way. You're definitely in the energy of like, after this tower falls and you see the truth, you accept the truth, you know the truth, you quickly navigate into this energy of like, I kind of wonder if the Page of Wands, like, is this a path that you've already identified? Like, is this path linked to the Emperor Two of Cups? Like, is this your second chance? Is this you trying again at something you really wanted? Or is this like a brand new path you've never seen before? Because I kind of getting the energy that's where the aggression's coming from, because you know exactly where you're going and you know what's on this path, and you're like, I'm getting to that path. No one's standing in my way. I will reach that path, and I am going to walk that path. And I feel like it's linked to this. Like, you already know the opportunity for Two of Cups and for you to step in as the Emperor is here, and it's on this path. This is a path that maybe you like took a couple steps in and you're like, I don't know, it looks kind of dark and scary, smells funny. I'm good. I think I'm gonna go this way. And you went that way and all hell broke loose, and you're like, fuck, I should have like taken the path. I should have done that. I knew I should have. I was telling myself I should have done it, didn't do it. So you know where this path is. You haven't actually walked it before, but you knew where that path was and what was on it, what the potential was that was on that path. Because this is telling me with the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Swords, it's like, I will fight, I will argue with you, I will lock you up, I will cut you if you try to, not literally, don't cut nobody, Scorpio, okay? We don't need the crazy side coming out. But it's that energy where it's like, no one is going to stop me. I will battle you. I will fight you right here, right now. I will do it. We'll do it. We will do it. Do not try to talk me out of this. Don't disagree with me. Don't give me your opinion. Don't give me your advice. Don't give me your thoughts. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? It's very much like, I'll fight anyone who wants to stop me. Like, just try. And you will see my full potential of like assertive aggression emperor energy coming out, right? The emperor didn't become the emperor because he just like walked up a red carpet and sat down. No, he had freaking fight his way there through strategy, through strength, through brains, through action. It's all the kings accompanied into one. That's the emperor. And I feel like you're letting that emperor energy, that like darker side of the emperor energy, you're letting it out here because you are damn determined to get to this Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands I still see as an opportunity. It's and I call it a path because that's just the easiest way to like visually try to like get you to see what I'm talking about. It's an opportunity that you can actually act on. It's communicating and coming up with an idea, a decision, action that you're going to take. It's having an agreement about something. It's being really excited to do something, like, but there's action involved. It's not just talking about it, it's actually doing it. Like, we're actually going to do this. Yeah, you're very determined to get to this Page of Wands, and that's why you're so laxative with life. Let it fall, let it go. Okay, the tower's down. I know where I'm going. Peace. Don't stop me. Don't try to stop me. I'm not doing it. I channeled that. I'm sorry. So now we kind of know where you're at with that. It is definitely not that you feel challenged or that you see obstacles. You're like, nope, I'm gonna cut them all down. I do want to know, because I really feel like this is linked to this. So I want to clarify Page of Wands to see if it shows that Two of Cups energy, that you're, just to give you clarity, because I feel like this path, this journey, this opportunity, this adventure that you're going to head into, it's this. But I'm going to clarify and see if we can like validate that, okay? Clarify Page of Wands. 30:30 on the timer when I looked. Clarify Page of Wands. Clarify the Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here? What is the Page of Wands? I guess that was the better question, wasn't it? What is the Page of Wands? Ooh, yeah, I'm right. It's right. That's right. And it's totally how I thought it was with you. Like, I'm gonna step into the path, but I'm not gonna take the path, and then I'm gonna like go somewhere else. And then I recognized later that that was actually the path that was meant for me, and I need to go back and full Emperor energy and take down the path in order to, be allowed on it. And I feel like the person that was on this path, you kind of just left high and dry. Because when I ask what is the Page of Wands, we have first card out is Mother Star. Mother Star in this deck, it says yes at the bottom here. Mother Star in this deck is like Empress level, okay? Empress level energy, but it's also Empress mixed in with the Magician, okay? The Mother Star is like, I'm in Empress mode, but I'm so advanced with creating because I also have mastered not just Empress, I've also mastered Magician. And I know when to say yes. I know when to take opportunities. I know when something is right for me. I know when to leave. Like, they know, they're very guided to know when to say yes. And they're very powerful. They're very capable of creating and manifesting. But also at the same time, like being in this highly abundant and creative, expressive, joyful energy while they're like effortlessly like manifesting shit out of nowhere. And you're like, how did you do that? And it's like, yeah, that's because they've mastered these levels. They've mastered Empress. They've mastered Magician. Like they're mastering major arcanas, okay? That's what the Mother Star represents for this deck. So it's like, this is your Empress. This is the person that you're like, Two of Cups. I want that person. I want to be with that person. Very mystical kind of person. I want to be with them. This is the person waiting on that. Not waiting. This is the person that lives on that Page of Wands path that you want to come back to. But then we have Justice, and then we have Three of Swords. So at some point in time, and the Justice is letting me know that you do want to come in to make things right. Like that is your intention. Like you have a good, positive intention. I want to come in because this Mother Star is here. I know that's who I want. Like it's a confident yes, yes, yes. It says yes on the card. I definitely want this person, but I know that I need to make things right because you did something to hurt them, hurt their feelings, hurt their ego. You did something that caused them some kind of pain or sadness. Some interaction you guys had to have had previously caused them some kind of like heartache. Okay, that's what that Three of Swords is saying. But you want to come in and make that right. You're like, and that's why you're so determined to get to this Page of Wands path and opportunity is because you're like, I'm coming in as the Emperor because I'm going to make it right. Like I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna make it right. I'm gonna make up for whatever it is that I did previously, whatever emotion, whatever heartache the Mother Star had to go through. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna make it good. We're not gonna pretend like it didn't happen. We're gonna make it good. and I'm going to put the effort, I'm going to put the energy, I'm going to put the time into it, the emotion into it to make sure that we get this good. That's the energy I'm getting here. And that's why you're so determined to get to that path. But the beautiful thing is you have the courage to go to that path and fight your way back to that path with every intention to make this right. But you have no idea how it's going to end. But you're not letting that stop you. You're set on, I'm going to make it right and see if anything happens or where it can go. But I'm not coming in with the expectation that after I make it right, the Mother Star is going to be with me, and I'm not expecting this to turn into anything serious. I'm not expecting or expecting this to be what I want it to be. Your main objective is I'm going to fight my way back to that path because I know that's my person. I know that's who I want. And I want to make it right. I want them to feel better. I want them to look at me better. I want them to interact with me and communicate with me so I can show them I'm better so that I can make up for what I did. And then the second thought is maybe if they still are interested in me and maybe if they still want to communicate with me after I've made things right and I've done everything I could do to make it right, maybe if they still want to move forward, I would love that. But I don't know if they're going to want to move forward or not. But that's not your main objective for coming in, right? So you have really good intentions, Scorpio, and that's beautiful. And I believe this person will recognize that. I do. And because justice is here with the heart, I feel like when you come in that way, this person will recognize that, and that's the reason why you possibly get another chance with them, is because they're recognizing, I just genuinely want to make it right. Like I fucked up, I want to make it right. I want to do what's right. I'm willing to do it. I have no expectation for anything that happens after this. I just want to make it right, right? It's beautiful energy. And look at that strength. What did I just say? You have the strength and the courage to do it. Beautiful. So after we do this, we get to the path, we meet the Mother, we try to make it right and heal that little wound there, okay? We're ending with the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles, again, I feel like once you get on that path, all of a sudden you start to see all these opportunities that are in front of you, and you're like, I never thought I had this opportunity. I never thought that was a possibility. I never thought about that idea, okay? Now you are. And I have a suspicious feeling that the reason why these are all new is because your interaction with this Mother Star is technically new. Like, I feel like you do get a second chance with them. And by taking that second chance with them, you're interacting with them on a new level in a deeper sense than what maybe you initially did. And because you're interacting with them on a deeper level, you're starting to see a lot of opportunity and potential here between the both of you when it comes to the future. Like, you're really like, oh, fuck, I didn't know it was this good. Like, I thought it was the Two of Cups. I didn't know it was going to be like all this. Like, whoa, this just expanded my horizon. I have new ideas. I want to plan for other things that I've never even thought about planning for. Like, it's really like, it's chauffeuring you into a new reality is how I feel. Oh, did you guys see that? Yeah, the Lovers. I split the deck, the Lovers. Okay, so let's identify it and see if we can. But again, I don't feel like that energy really starts up until March. But we'll see what we can get out of it. Clarify, why is the Ace of Pentacles here? What is the Ace of Pentacles? What is the Ace of Pentacles? King of Swords. So we do have the Queen of Swords over there, okay? So divine counterpartner energy, but also putting a lot of strategy into planning, into creating. Not overthinking it, but being just very strategic and very capable of creating a plan, creating a path towards the future, okay? What else? What else can you tell me about the Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio in February? it's you like really you're really strategically thinking about like all these opportunities, like all these ideas that you never thought of before. Like you're really thinking about them as if like, I'm thinking about them because they're going to happen, so I need to start planning. So you're very serious about this person. Clarify. What else do I need to know about the Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio? What else does Scorpio need to know about the Ace of Pentacles? What else does Scorpio need to know about the Ace of Pentacles? I might not get anything, Scorpio. I'm telling you, this energy really doesn't enter full force. I feel like, okay, thank you. Thank you. The energy that you're going to be in at the end of February is just what I said. You sitting down and looking at all the opportunities. What do I need to plan? How do I need to plan that? How do I strategize? How do I look at this so that it is successful? It's not like ad hoc. It's not halfway done. It's not impulsive. Like, you're sitting in your own energy, Scorpio, because Scorpios have a very logical side to them, even though they're water signs, and I'm sure you know. But it's like you're sitting in this energy of like looking at the opportunity, looking at all the possibilities, and trying to figure out what's the best plan of action that we can move towards. So you're really trying to take the lead on this, and that's part of that Emperor energy. And I think the Mother Star is allowing you. It's like they're allowing you and not pressuring you into strategizing the future. They're allowing you to kind of do it on your own and then present these different things to them, and you guys can discuss it. But they're not like, so when are we going to get married? Are we going to live together? Can you help me pay my bills? Where do you want to live? I've always wanted to move states. It's like, no, that's not the energy this Mother Star is in. It's like, honey, you go strategize and you go build the future that you want out in your head. You don't have to tell me about it, and I'm not going to ask you about it because we don't know where this is going to go. We're just together, you know, seeing where it goes. But Scorpio, you're ending with an energy of like, yeah, we say we're seeing where it goes, but I am not letting this go. So I need to start planning for the future. I need to start planning on how our lives are going to get integrated. And you're like pretty firm in that energy by the end of February. So I think this person really like, they're that person for you. Like, you're really excited about this person. And so to you, it's like, I got to create a plan. Like, I can't let this go again. I will not let this go again. So I need to make a plan for the future, for us to have a future. And that's what you're ending the energy off with in February, is thinking about those possibilities, thinking about those ideas that you never even had before. And like I said, in March, I feel is where that energy is like you're narrowing down more, and you can identify better in March. Like, this is maybe the direction that I want us to head in. And you actually like create a plan around it a little bit. And so we'll jump into that, you know, mid to late February when we do another monthly for you. But Scorpio, this is what I have. I'm going to ask for any advice that I want to give you. I feel like the advice is like pretty clear here. Like, do what you plan to do. But you can, I think, expect all of this energy to play out in February between the Tower falling. I don't know exactly what's going to fall, but something's falling. Something's like completed, right? Coming to an end, or just revelation. Like, something's happening that's kind of big in the beginning of February. And then by the middle of February, that's when you're kind of reconnecting, reestablishing communication with someone that maybe like you ended things with, or you walked away from in the past, some level of rejection or hurt or pain from them. Not so much where it's like, oh, you cheated on me. It's like nothing like that, but there is a level of like, ouch, that kind of hurt. Like, why would you do that? And you're kind of making it right mid-February. By the end of February, it's like, okay, we're on good solid ground. I've made it right. I don't want to let this go. I don't want to let them go. So I need to start thinking of like our future, so that this does not like just roll on and then dissipate. It's like, no. We're together. That's how Scorpio is thinking about it. We're together. Any advice for Scorpio in February? Any advice for Scorpio in February? What advice do we have for Scorpios in February? What advice do we have for Scorpios in February? I'm going to take a nap after this, guys. What advice do we have for Scorpios in February? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Luck is on your side, Scorpio. Your advice here is, I don't want to try to find a concise way to say this because we're already kind of lingering here. Your advice is to remember, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, like all of this is gonna, be a disaster. I'm not saying that at all. The energy does not support that. Your advice is essentially like, be aware of the karma that you create for yourself and how you do that. And not everyone believes in karma. But if we use just the words energy exchanges, okay? You need to be more aware of how you use your energy with people and how it affects those people. I think that's something to be more just cognizant about, because what I feel is that maybe you did not even think that this person actually got a little owie from what you did. I don't think you thought that they got sad or hurt by what you did. And you were not taking that into consideration when you did whatever happened, okay? So I think to some degree, it's a little bit of a surprise when you come in and you realize like the full capacity of how this person felt when you did what you did, that you did hurt them. And maybe that's the thing that you're learning, and that's why you're so determined to come in and make things right, because you're realizing that, yeah, I probably hurt this person. Because I have a feeling that might be a lesson that you've just learned, and now it's like really playing out for you, is like, it comes back to bite you in the ass when you're not good to people. But I don't know that you realized you were not being good to people. I think you were kind of just operating in your own world, like just being a Scorpio. Like, I'm just here and then I'm there and we're good and I was truthful. I interacted with integrity and now I'm over here and I'm gonna go do what I want. And it was like you just did what you wanted. But you never, I think, stopped to truly consider, how would this person feel if I just remove all of my energy from them without a reason? How would this person feel if I just made a decision and did not include them? How would this person feel if I chose to buy myself food and eat in front of them without asking, or even offering if they want any or want me to pick some up? Like, I think you were just kind of operating in your own world, but not truly considering how you were making people feel by you just focusing and caring and being concerned about your own energy and being in your own world. And I feel like that's a lesson that's like really going to be useful. I think you learned the lesson, and that's why you're coming back in the fashion, the way that you are. But I think that's what's going to help you get through this entire situation in a very successful way, is by always keeping this at the forefront and realizing, like, and acknowledging, my energy exchange affects you regardless of if I think it does or not. What I do with my energy when we interact affects you, and it can hurt you, and it can make you mad, it can make you upset, like it can do things, it can not be a good experience for you, even though I don't think that's what's happening. It's having the ability to not devalue or invalidate someone when it comes to their emotions, because you can't change how they felt. How they perceived it and how they felt about it and how it emotionally makes them feel is not up for debate. You can only validate, apologize, and try to make it right. But to try to say like, no, you're feeling wrong about that is inappropriate. You can't tell someone how they're supposed to feel, okay, based off of your reality. They feel that way because they're in their reality with their perception. And so you can't tell them you felt wrong about that. That's not what I meant to do. That wasn't my intention. You're feeling wrong about that. Do you understand? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. So it's kind of like the wheel is always turning, okay? And so sometimes you're gonna fucking bite dust because you treated people shitty for the mere fact that you did not consider how they would feel. Even though you were in your own bubble world, like just living, but you didn't consider how your living is actually interacting and affecting others. And so in this situation, bring that knowledge, bring that lesson to the forefront. Okay? That's your advice, Scorpio. If you like my reading, I know this one was really long, but honestly, you guys deserve it because, third most likes for my January reading. So I'm okay with doing hour readings for like the top 3 and giving them early release. But Scorpio, this is the messages that I have for you. This is what came through for you guys on February. So keep in mind, I'm doing this reading in January so that you guys can have an early access to it. But I'll do a February bonus for you closer to February after I finish all the other zodiac signs for their February bonuses, for their February monthly reads. Scorpio, if you like my vibe, if you like my video, if you made it this long, please hit the like button. That would be kind of crazy if you listened to me talk this long and not hit the like button. I question that. But if you want to hear more messages from me catered to you, I do have each zodiac listed out into a playlist. That's like my slight OCD there. But if you subscribe, you'll be notified for every time that I post a video or that I post and push one into the Scorpio playlist. You can get to choose your options on that, I think. Other than that, again, if you want to give me any of your money by purchasing a personal reading or any random products that I make, you have to do that on my Etsy page. If you're not on my Etsy page, that money does not come to me. I don't know who it goes to, but it's not me. Okay? Remember that. Scorpio, I'm ending it here. Thank you so much for being in third and having so many likes and subscribing and viewing my videos. I'm truly grateful and I really appreciate it. And I look forward to interacting with you all again. Bye.